why this works. Every year I tell myself I should look up why it works. And my answer to you is magic. That's all I got for you. So I am going to do this problem the long way. You are not going to do it. You're going to watch me. You're going to make sure I don't mess up, because I obviously on the last problem was messing up a lot. And then I am going to show you, actually, I'm not going to do that one. I've decided I am going to do this one instead. This is a better problem. So I'm going to do this problem, and I'm going to do it by my old-fashioned way. And you're going to watch me, and you're going to be like, ah, Miss T, that's just a nightmare. So first thing, I'm going to check if I have any holes. 3, 2, 1, 0. I got no holes. I'm good to go. I am just going to do it. I'm going to work away up here for a few minutes. You're going to sleep for a few seconds, or just watch me and think, haha, she has to do it. I hope she doesn't mess up. It's embarrassing for her when she does that. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say 1b to turn into b to the third is going to be 1b, still not, oh, my little scarf is touching. 1b to the second. I'm going to distribute. So I have 1b to the third plus 8b squared. Yay. Minus, minus. And I'm going to get negative 7b squared minus 52b. Am I okay? Please, God, watch me. I'm counting on you, Alex. Don't let me blow this, because if I blow it, I'm going to blame you. Okay, 1b to the, needs to go in here. It needs to go in there negative 7b times. I distribute. Negative 7b squared. Negative 7 times negative 8 is negative 56b. I'm going to change. So that was supposed to be a 7. I don't know why I put a b there, because I'm rushing. And I get 4b plus 29. And I'm just about done. B goes there, plus 4. La, la, la. It'll be 4b plus 32 minus, minus. I get negative 3. So my answer is this. 1b to the second minus 7b plus 4, give me 2 seconds, with a remainder of negative 3. Everyone great. I didn't blow out. Everyone, you didn't see me mess up. Please, God, don't let me make a fool of myself. Talk quickly.
Can we get Nikki for
Yes. Okay. So, that's a nightmare. I don't want to do it that long. It takes a lot of paper. Lots of places make mistakes. I make lots of mistakes on this. So, there's a way to do this called synthetic division. I'll be honest, the first time I saw this was when I was a brand new teacher. I taught in an urban school, and about 70% of my students were not English speakers, and I had a bunch of kids who came from Mexico City, and they did division differently, and their division was cool, and it was fast, and it was magical, and I still don't know how they did it, but they did it this method. And so I am now going to teach you how to do this crazy problem. Remember, that's the answer I'm looking for without any of the mess. Are you ready? You're going to write this down on your paper. Here we go, rock and rollers. You're going to think this is some crazy magic, and then you're going to think, yay, I actually love this. Like, you will, honest to God, like this. So, I'm reminding you what the actual answer is. So it's sitting there, it's waiting. Please, God, let this work. So the first thing that I know is I'm going to be doing a thing called synthetic division, meaning it's kind of a weird little cheaty thing. So instead of doing this, don't write this. Instead of doing that box, we do the box a little differently to let people know that we're doing a different method. And instead of using that box, we're going to use a little box that looks like that. Yeah? Okay. So here's the thing that's important. When we're doing all the division, you know, the B's don't really matter that much. It's all of the numbers in front of the B's are really the important thing. So here's what I want you to know. There's a 1 right here, and there's a 1 right here, and a negative 52, and a 29. We're going to steal those numbers. Those are called our coefficients, and we're going to steal those. We're going to steal this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. And we're going to put them in order right here. So watch what I'm going to get. I'm going to get 1, 1, negative 52, and positive 29. Did I lose anyone there? Right? Because that's really the part that matters. The B's just come along for the ride. Now the other thing that really determines my problem is this last part. But you know, like I said, the B's don't really matter. The thing that really matters is this 8. And every time I did these problems, I would have to multiply and then subtract. And then I'd multiply and subtract, and I'd multiply and subtract the whole way through. I don't know about you, I hate subtracting. I like adding. I don't really love subtracting. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to do our subtracting right off the top and never have to worry about it the rest of the problem. And the way we're going to do that is instead of stealing the 8, and I want you to write this down, we're going to take this guy and we're going to switch his sign. So right now it is a positive 8. I am going to steal that guy, but I'm going to make him into a negative 8, and I'm going to put it right there in my cool little box, right? So the first time you do this, you're going to be like, this literally is just crazy gypsy magic. By the time we get to the end of it, you're going to be really fast at this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a line, and we're going to do this weird thing. And here's what we do. We take our beginning number and we drag it down. We're just going to drag it right here, and we're going to put a 1. And then the magic happens. We're going to go 1 times negative 8. And 1 times negative 8 is negative 8. And then I'm just going to add those two numbers together. 1 and negative 8 is negative 7. And then I'm going to do the process again. Negative 8 times negative 7. And you know what that is? That is 56. And then we're just going to add those guys together. And then we're going to go negative 8 times 4. And we're going to get negative 32. And we're going to add those guys together. Watch what we do now. Do you see how this starts at b to the 3rd? We're going to drop down 1 degree and put a b to the 2nd here. Drop down 1 degree and put a b here. Drop down 1 degree, no b, and guess what? Remainder negative 3, and look what my answer was in the long one. 1b to the 2nd, negative 7b, plus 4, remainder negative 3. Okay, that is some gypsy magic. You got to give me that. That's kind of crazy. I don't really know how that works. I know that one's impressive. I don't know why that works, but it's crazy and cool. You like it? Is it easy? You can do almost every problem this way. It's so nice. It's so fast. It's super, super fulfilling. So let's go ahead and let's go back and, yeah, question? Yeah. Who has a question? No? Yes.
On the final,
no, well, here's what's cool. The final is multiple choice. So however you do it, right? Yes, good question. Yeah. So there is only one time, Zane, where you have to use long division. I'm going to show you that at the end of the period, right? Okay. So you guys ready to try one on your own? Let's do it. So we'll do this first one together one more time, and then you'll try one on your own, and you're going to be like, wow, these are super easy. The setup is the key, right? The setup is the key. So here's what we're going to do. We got a little box happening here. I fill in my little box first. So I'm going to go way the heck over here. I'm going to be still in that negative 1. This is a big key here. You've got to flip the sign. And you know what the flipping the sign does? It lets us just add the whole way through. Because once we flip the sign, it's like it's times by negative the whole way through anyways. So we're going to flip that sign to a 1. Oh, this problem is so nice and easy. That's why I don't start with it. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is steal the coefficients. Carefully here. You write down what you think the coefficients are, and you can check off me. Give it a try. Take a look. Remember, there's never like if there's nothing there, there's something there, right? So be careful on that. Watch your signs as well. So give it a try. You write it, and then I'm going to do it with you. Got it? Got what you think? We're doing this problem. So here we go. I'm going to get a 4. Yeah, are we good with that? And then I did negative 1, right? Because if there's nothing there, I actually have a 1. Then I did a negative 5, and then I did a 12. So easy. Now, there's only one other place that I, as a teacher, mess up. And I mess up on the next thing sometimes. What you have to remember, man, often I just want to start rolling, and I just do the 1 right away. The key on these, the way to not mess these up, is to remember to drag this guy down first. That is our key, right? You gotta drag that guy down first. So once you drag that guy down, you are good to start your process. Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, done. Super, super easy. Get started, give it a try. Just bring down that guy first. So multiply, add it together. Multiply, add it together. You try it real quick, and then I'll do it too. Does that look right? You guys get, did I get that? You guys get that? Did I make a mistake? Tim's nodding at me, Tim's nodding at me, thank you, for sure. Okay, so now we gotta add our x's in. And I always drop down one, because think about it. I'm dividing an x out, so it's gonna drop down. So it's not gonna be x to the third, it's gonna be x to the second, plus 3x to the first, plus or minus 2, and then that bad boy is my remainder. Or if I want to get fancy, if I want to be fancy pants, you know what I can do? I can always just put that 10 over this guy to make it look really fancy. I'm welcome to do that as well. How is that? Is that, it's beautiful. I love that. I love that.
Or did you just have to write remainder 10?
I think if you want to check your answers on the worksheet, you can just check your answers. I think on the quiz, I'm going to have both, right? I'll have one where you have to just give me the remainder and one where you give me that whole equation. Okay, if you guys want to try one on your own, all by yourselves, I think you can do it. Look, that's hard to see. Let me move that. Hold on. Get over here, dude. No, no. Can I move you? I think that's a... Oh, look, I'll move this guy. Oops, stop. There you go. Okay, give this one a try. Now, think about it. If you had to do this on your paper, oh my God, it would take half your sheet of paper. It'd be a nightmare. Nightmare. I have candy in this one for anyone who wants to give me a random person to give me their remainder on this one. So a little bit of an incentive. I've got pieces of or an almond joy. If you don't like, I gotta get a no nut one. Let's see what I got in there. That doesn't have nuts.
I got
Ooh, another Kit Kat right off the bat. I love me some synthetic delicious. Don't know why. Well, I do, because it's clean and it's so much faster. Multiply, add, multiply, add. How is that bad? Okay, when you've got a remainder you like, share it with your neighbor, because I could call on you. Make sure you got a remainder that makes sense. Both of you like talk to each other, because you know what? Maybe you'll share your candy with that person who gave you the right answer. Be confident. Okay, here I go. I'm picking a random person. Ooh, oh, this would be a nice one. So, most of this one's you. Got a remainder you like? Or if you don't, you can pass.
And
Just the last number. What did you get for your very last number?
last number.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me pick someone else. Over this way. Oh, Nicole, what did you get for your very last number? Huh?
3.
You got 3? Let's see. Let's test her. Let's test and see how she did. So let's see if Nicole gets candy. So I'm going to start off with a negative 10 in here. And I'm going to have a 10, a 92, a negative 78, a 21, and a 13. Key, pull down that first guy, man. Anytime if I blow this problem, that's where it's at. Negative 100, I'm going to get negative 8. I'm going to get positive 80. I'm going to get 2. I'm going to get negative 20. I'm going to get 1. I'm going to get negative 10. I got 3. My remainder is indeed 3. You're on fire. Almond Joy, Reese's, or Kit Kat. Oh, you're going to make me throw it. Right on, right on. I got one last thing for us to do, and that is this. The last thing I want to show you, or two last things, that this was our beginning problem. And I think this is one where I told you it needed to be negative. I'm not going to make you do this one, or I am going to do this one, but I'm going to do it pretty quickly. We need to make certain, though, that whole thing, we got to watch for that whole thing. Right? So when we're doing these, watch what happens on this one. It goes 4, it gives 3. I'm missing that x to the 2. So just like before, we got to squeeze in here a 0x squared. So when I'm putting my numbers out, so that's going to be a 6, I'm going to get 1, negative 7, 0, 34, and 20. Right? I got to remember to put that 0 in there. So when you see those ones, I put them on your homework. I said, watch for these ones. You got to put that 0 in the right place. Because if you don't, it'll start subtracting wrong. Right? So you got to watch for it. Last thing I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to shut up and I'll put on, if the World Cup's still going, we'll put that on. You can work on your homework. Last thing is this. This problem right here is number 10. And the problem with this problem is this, is that I have a number in the front here. I have a number in the front when I do this. If you've noticed on every other problem we did, we just stole this last guy. And that's great. But when I have a number in the front, I have to do it long division. So when you all ask me, Miss T, why do you teach long division? Because this way works always if it's just like a x plus 7 or x minus 3. But if I have a number in the front, a little coefficient, you got to do it by long division. So you have to know both ways. That's mostly for my kids heading to pre-calc. So I am done at this point. I'm going to give you your homework. You have the rest of the period to work on it. Please don't forget for tomorrow. Today is SS, but your next SS is on Friday. So if you're someone who often does their homework in SS,